It's an exciting day here for us in Phoenix. You know, the guy to my left needs no introduction here. He's been a member of this organization, I guess, now on 3 different occasions, including today when we re-signed Leandro Barbosa. And I'll keep it short and sweet, but on behalf of Coach Watson and the Suns organization, LB, we just want to say welcome back to Phoenix. Yeah, with that, we'll open it up for questions.
LB, what interested you in coming back here, and what do you see as your role here?
Well, Phoenix always been my home, you know. Everything started here. My whole career, I played here 8 years already, and I love you guys, you know. I love you. There's a lot of new faces here, but I'm very happy to be back. Happy to enjoy this environment and the organization and stuff. And hopefully we'll do a good job and great season.
LB, things kind of have different faces, different jerseys, and different people each time you come back. How does the feeling remain the same, and what are you most excited about with this new team that you come back to now?
It's a young team. They did a good job at the end of the season last year. And as I always been a Suns player, I always, follow, the team everywhere I was. And like I said, it's a new group, new young team, talent. This will be my 14 years on the league. I'm kind of old, but I'm not. But looking for, to help the team, to help the young guys, giving my experience, like I learned when I was the youngest. So I don't think it'll be a tough situation for me, to get along with the players. I'm easygoing, so hopefully we do a good job on it.
What do you feel like you're going to be able to show the young guys you just referenced, specifically, Devin Booker and Tyler Euler?
Well, on the 14 years that I play in the league, I play with great players, so everything I learned with all the players, I wanted to teach them, especially Booker. He's a very young player, talent, really can shoot the ball, and I was, 2 years straight up with Klay Thompson, Stephen Curry. Those 2 guys, they are crazy weapon, so similar with Booker are, and I'm sure he's gonna be a main guy, to help us, and I wanna just, give my experience, what I learned with those 2 players and other players, and hopefully he can put everything he learned with me and coach to the court.
LB, you just played in a winning atmosphere in Golden State, and maybe just talk about what kind of aspects you think you can bring from Golden State over here to Phoenix.
Well, it's totally a different team, different group, but one thing that I really want to bring to this team is, always be together, that chemistry, and the group we had over there in Golden State, it was unbelievable. Everybody was together, everybody was doing stuff together. So I think it starts from there, and as soon as we start doing those type of things, everything goes with the flow.
When you had the knee surgery and you were out of the league and came back here, were you concerned at all that your NBA career was in danger, and do you feel indebted at all to the team for giving you that chance to get back in?
I was scared, I didn't know what was going to happen after I had the injury, and it was pretty serious injury, so it kind of got me worried. But Ryan gave me a chance, the Suns gave me a chance and the opportunity, to come back to the NBA, and I'm honest, I could do much better than I did last time I was here. But I got hurt so many times, and me and Ryan, we was talking about that last couple minutes ago, and this won't happen this year. I'm looking for to do a good job in this situation that I'm into right now, and we want to go to the playoffs. I think that's the main thing. That's my goal, and the reason I'm here is because of that.
Leandro, just on a personal level, what keeps you coming back to Arizona? What do you enjoy about just living out here in Phoenix?
Like I say, everything started here, so everything will end up here. So I don't know how many years I got on my body, but right now I've been feeling really great, healthy, and I love, Arizona, the fans, organization and stuff, so I'm very happy to be back, and looking forward to do a good job and bring the fans up again.
LB, when you were a young player here, when you think about the confidence that older players and coaches helped give you as a young player, are there similar things that you want to do for the young players here? What's to you is the ideal way to help give confidence to younger players who could potentially play a big role for the team down the road?
I will be on their shoulders, 24 hours, and talk to them. I'm sure Earl passed through that when he was a basketball player, and everything I learned with all the players and veterans, I'm gonna try to pass to them, and like you said, confidence is the main thing, in this league, and I'll be talking to them, and it's, the whole time I'll be here, so it won't be tough. The players that we have is really good players. They already have their confidence and stuff. It's just details, it's not a lot, but I'm sure I hope they will listen to me, just for the years that I have in the league and championship and stuff, so it'll be easy.
Ryan, why did you want to bring Leandro back? What did you see in the last few years that made you want to re-sign him?
Yeah, I think I've always been a fan of Leandro. We actually had him. I had him 2 years in a row. My last year with the Celtics, when he hurt his knee, as he mentioned, and then we brought him back my first year here in Phoenix, and I thought he was playing well for us, and then unfortunately broke his hand here. And the one thing about Leandro is he's very resilient. Every time he's gone down with the injury, I think Paul asked him if he was worried his career would be over, with a knee injury. Knowing him and knowing what he's about and how hard he works and trains, I think those of us who knew him well, figured it'd be just a bump in the road, and it was. And he came back really quickly from that injury. And watching him play the last 2 years with Golden State, he's played at an extremely high level. Watching their playoff run this year, the amount of games he played and the team played in Golden State with a lot of long playoff series. He was just consistently efficient, especially offensively, scored the ball really efficiently. And then, we've emphasized character here, and we've emphasized culture, and Leandro's fitting great in every locker room he's been in, at least, times I've been around him. He leads by example. I think the young guys, a lot of the guys on our team are so young, they probably grew up watching him as a player and look up to him. So, like I said with Jared Dudley, the fact that he was a son wasn't the reason we signed him, but the fact that we know him and trust him and know what he can do both on and off the court certainly helped us make our decision.
Coach, you've been talking a lot about family, brotherhood, leadership, and chemistry. Can you talk about how you see Leandro helping foster that here and what you're trying to build in Phoenix?
Well, it's unique. We faced each other for 11 years as competitors. And when you face each other in the NBA, you have players that if you collide, you really don't care, you don't help them up. There's few players that I always respect, he's one of them. Whenever we compete against each other, we hard foul or fall down, I always make sure he was okay. And that's not normally my personality, I just respect this game and who he is. And we talk about bringing in champions. He understands what it takes. So it's gonna be part in the season where our younger group are gonna have questions. Maybe they might fight the belief, maybe they don't understand that we can really make it, and he has that voice in the locker room that says, hey, we face these obstacles in Golden State, and I know it's to win a championship, it's the same obstacle. You have to believe, and this is how we get past this as a family, as a unit. So he's great at everything he brings to the game.
LB, do you remember
Many times, like he said, he was tough defender. Oh my gosh, can't forget about. Great player. Loved the times that we went to the fight on the court, you know, and but he was tough, really tough. Everybody knows this guy.
I paid him to say that.
LB, when I think your very first ever press conference with the Suns, I'm pretty sure you had a translator after the 2003 draft. So you've obviously grown a lot as a person and as a player, but what are those early years? What do you kind of remember about those with the franchise and what they meant to you as a player today?
I think that the most thing that I remember when I was younger is that I didn't want to talk to the media. For the reason my English is still not the best one, you know, but I get along, you know, but yeah, I think the most it was the media. And I told Julie, keep it short, you know, so we just get this done, and as soon as possible, I'm leaving.
Earl, you've seen how Tyson Chandler tries to mentor and relate to younger players. You've gotten introduced to Jared Dudley and heard what he hopes to do. What do you like about Leandro's specific style of interacting with his teammates and potentially mentoring younger guys?
It's natural for him. He's naturally can capture a room. He's great in the locker room, and he carries it on the court to where he bonds his teammates together. And he's, over the years, he's faced adversity throughout his career. He's overcome it. And he's a great addition to our family. He's an original part of the family, the environment that we wanted to capture, so it's important to have him back and just be exactly who he is. Good?
You asked for sure.